Hi, I'm Olivia Patchell. I am the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent for Currituck and Camden counties. And I'm welcoming you today to our live food demonstration. So today we're going to be making a roasted vegetable kind of winter salad. And we're going to talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions. So we'll go ahead and get started with the vegetables because they have to get roasting. So you can pick whatever winter vegetables are in season in your area. And what we're using today are Brussels sprouts, carrots, onions. We'll be using a sweet potato and I think that's it. Yep, and a bell pepper. So we did a bell pepper for color, and then of course onions and carrots and potatoes are going to kind of hold over. And we're putting this on a bed of spinach. So all of these things are kind of in season right about now and are readily available at the grocery store. Brussels sprouts are on real good sale right now. So I invite you to try those in a couple of different ways. So we'll add those cut vegetables to our pan, and then we're going to put olive oil and salt and pepper on them. And we actually added a little bit of rosemary. You can use your specific seasonings for that. I like rosemary the best. It's one of my favorites, but you can use anything that you have available to you. We're using fresh rosemary today. Of course, you could use dried herbs as well. Just season the vegetables to your taste. And make sure that you don't go too heavy on the oil. And when we're roasting like a pan roast, we want to try to cut our vegetables as close to the same size as possible. It's a little bit difficult with Brussels sprouts because I typically just slice them in half. But everything else, we're going to try to get as close to the same shape as possible. To check for doneness, we'll just want to make sure that you can pierce them with a fork and they're not too crunchy. So you will preheat your oven to 400. Knowing what your oven is capable of, we're using a small appliance oven today, and we don't need to heat it quite as high or cook it for as long because it's a smaller space. But typically, it's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes for your roasted vegetables to cook all the way through. But I hope that you will check them with a fork to make sure that they're done. And you want to make sure your Brussels sprouts, if you're utilizing Brussels sprouts, have a little bit of a crunchy coating on them. That kind of gives your salad a little bit of bite. So we'll go ahead and put those in the oven. And while they're cooking, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about New Year's resolutions. So there's a couple of rules I like to say about New Year's resolutions. But before I tell you the rules, I want to tell you a little bit about as far as the numbers go, how people do with their New Year's resolutions. So 35% of those who make New Year's resolutions are going to break them by the end of January. And then only 23% of those who make New Year's resolutions are going to see those to the end. And I hazard to guess that they're not following my rules. So here are 5 rules to help you make your New Year's resolutions stick. Make just one resolution. And so each year you may think, I'm just going to get my life together. So that's not a very good New Year's resolution. If you need to get your financial house in order, or you want to get healthier, or you want to be more physically active, or you need to lose some weight. Those are kind of pick one of those things. And then you're going to want to be specific. And we like to use the acronym SMART, which is specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely. And I think the best way I can explain that to you is to give you an example. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds. So your New Year's resolution is, I will lose 10 pounds by the end of March. So is it specific? Yes, we have a very specific timeline. We have a very specific amount. Is it measurable? Of course, weight is measured with a scale. Is it attainable? Realistically, you can lose, it's okay to lose between 1 and 2 pounds a week. So how many weeks do you have? We have about 12 weeks till March. So, we'll have plenty of time. And then is it realistic? So that means, is it realistic for me to be able to lose 10 pounds? Do I have 10 pounds to lose? Can I discipline myself enough to lose 10 pounds? And then is it timely? Does it have an end? And I also invite you to make little tasks to help you get there. So to lose the 10 pounds, I'm going to be physically active so many days a week. To lose 10 pounds, I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables, or reduce my sugar and carb intake. Just finding those little tasks that are going to help you meet your goal. So rule number 3 is to tell a friend. So make sure you're either putting it out there on social media, maybe telling a close friend if you don't want to share it with everybody. And rule number 4 is to keep track. So you want to make sure, if your goal, just for instance, is to lose weight, that you are weighing yourself and knowing when you're fluctuating, when you're losing weight and when you're gaining weight. So you can just kind of tweak little habits in your day to help you be successful. And then the very last rule is to not overreact. Say something doesn't go your way. Some days the scale says one thing, and then on another day it's saying something a little higher. That happens. Or maybe you're not meeting your tasks. All of those things are perfectly normal. Don't overreact. Every day is a new day. Just because the new year is a great time to start a new task does not mean that you can't restart each day or each week. So let's head back over to Adam and get him to make our dressing for our salad. So we're actually using a balsamic vinaigrette. And I added a little extra balsamic vinegar because I feel like it needed a little bit more, this particular brand, and I like vinegar. And we're adding a little bit of maple syrup. So we'll put the two together and just kind of whisk them. And when we kind of emulsify them or make them become one, they'll be ready to add over top of our salad. The maple syrup, we're using a small amount, about a tablespoon, and then we'll use double that of the balsamic vinaigrette, and then I added about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. So it would be 3 tablespoons of the balsamic vinaigrette, depending on your taste. And of course, if you don't like vinaigrettes or balsamic vinegar, you can utilize anything else that you would like. We're going to go ahead and put a bed of spinach. And of course, spinach keeps really well, and it's something that might come off right about now in the field, so the price is going to be a little bit lower. And then we're going to add our vegetables on top, just tossing. We're going to just throw them on there with our hands. You can utilize a spatula if you'd like, and then toss them into your salad. And then dressing it with the delicious vinaigrette that we have. And finally, topping it off with your favorite cheese. Today, we're utilizing feta cheese crumbles. Of course, you can utilize anything that you like. Even a low-fat version of a cheese is delicious as well. And this is a great thing you can prep. So if your New Year's resolution is to eat more vegetables, I think a great way to do that is to eat seasonally, because that'll help you eat a variety of vegetables. And that's why we look at winter vegetables right now and what we can add to our salads. You can prep all of these roasted vegetables ahead of time and keep them away from the spinach so they don't get very wilty. And then when you're ready to eat the salad, you combine the two, and it is a great prepped meal. Spinach can be replaced with any of your favorite greens. We just are using that again because it is kind of a seasonal right now, and because it was on sale at the grocery store. So, utilize those options to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Right now on sale also, since it's winter and they're kind of at a plenty, would be your Brussels sprouts and your sweet potatoes. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping in the grocery store. You can replace any of these vegetables for anything that you feel like you would like to add to your salad. And it's a great way to just add more vegetables to your day. So I just wanted to remind you, if you have any questions about eating seasonally or locally, or if you have questions about making winter salads, you can always contact us at the Extension office. My email is olivia_patchell@ncsu.edu. You can check our websites at currituck.ces.ncs.edu or camden.ces.ncsu.edu to get anything that we put up, as well as upcoming classes, not only for cooking, but for our ag as well as 4-H departments. Coming up in January, I will be running a fitness challenge. So if your goal is to be physically active, I'd love for you to join us. It's going to be completely virtual, and we'll have prizes for those that are local, and you'll have live fitness classes. So check out our website, keep an eye on that, and our Eventbrite, and we hope to see you in some of our upcoming programs.